pick. So, so they end up getting the high loss. So it's a trade of revitalized roamers instead.
Yeah.
Which I think ONIC wished they did in game 1.
Yeah.
They were so vulnerable with the all-in.
See what this last one's going to be. This will tell us exactly what ONIC is planning with Hilda. Oh! I'll celebrate. I'm fist bumping myself. But this is the combo that was first introduced. It was the Gord Harley combo.
Yeah. We sniffed from a mile away. The Hilda swerve.
Yeah. They do ended up packing it in the EXP. High loss. It's a great lineup for ONIC.
Does Friends have 2 wins with the Gord right now? I know he's played it, I think 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, the weekend or the days after Twisted Minds debuted it,
got wins.
He was the one who gave
He was
wins.
the one who won, yeah.
So thanks, Monster Mage.
Thanks, Monster Mage.
Sure pick, Edward. Burst. I think Burst would be good. Lapu. Alice for sustain. Arlott. Okay, they do end up getting the Arlott. I don't get the Guinevere Arlott combo, but Arlott was getting IDOT for them.
AOG Arlott's still a combo.
Oh, yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Let's see.
All right, let's find out here. If you're just joining us, welcome. There's a lot on the line for this matchup, the international rivalry round 2 between ONIC Philippines and RORA. And one of the teams right now in the league that are really looking towards this one is TNC.
The Phoenix Army are sweating bullets.
Yes, sir. Let's take a look at the emblems.
PYT for Super Frizz wants to get that flicker much quicker. But other than that, pretty much the standard set.
Okay. Also with this being... I'm wondering how this will also affect it, like broken walls with this kind of composition here. Oh, Demon Kite, yep.
Okay, King Kong got half an orange gambit in.
Yeah.
He took the first half of the beetle.
Well, he's pretty, I was going to say, his light, he knows he goes to his purple, so they're back to it. Brusco taking a couple shots. He'll be fine. Still has Revitalizes if he wants to use it. King Kong will go and grab his purple. And Dominkite, wow, taking a whole lot there. This is usually what we see from Severo and Dominkite, or just Severo in lane. I feel like he's one of the more aggressive gold laners when it comes to the lane matchup.
Early items. Boots rush.
Oh, Kirk! Oh, he's gone. What was he doing? Why was he in so deep?
Yikes, that is a miscomm of all miscomms.
Yeah,
there was no one with him.
I was just going to say, I'm not sure why he was there.
It seems, I don't know if he was told by Brusco and Super Friends to go and check, or if he just decided it on his own, but in those scenarios with not a lot of info, you have to talk with your Roman mid laner and let them know if you're going to be checking like that.
How many are in here? How many? Dominkite 1v1! Flickers out! Oh! Savero!
Oh my
Senses!
goodness!
Dominkite's flicker! Both gold laners spend it and are both within inches
Oh, no
of
way.
death.
Severo.
He has a shield.
AOT.
Oh.
On camera, the gold lane duel leads.
Oh, but here, King Kong's here.
And King
has his
Kong
ulti.
charging it up. Drops that deadly magic summon force, but the shield. It's a non-starter for ONIC. They lose a turtle, and they lose the gold lane gank.
Oh my goodness, Dominkite surviving all of that. What a play up top.
All of that. After all that. And he dropped the Zaman Force as well, just for some extra protection, so he gets the dashes faster and avoids the poker trick.
Oh, shields.
Yeah. Just those little bit of shields, already a big deal. But the balls on those two, damn, I didn't expect such an aggressive...
Oh,
yo!
Mystic Gosh! Oh,
there's two!
Oh, he's still going. Super Frizz throws out the OG. And despite the glorious pathway, RORA get the better of him.
It's a Mystic Gush measuring contest.
Oh, Blazing Duet coming through. Light keeps Severo down, but Severo gets on out of there. He's fine.
Okay.
Hasn't been the smoothest experience for Severo. But Dominkite is now going to be able to get a lot of farm here. A lot of more gold, and ONIC, they are running out of time.
It's the final slash used to compromise Brusco's position. He's fine. Cool as a cucumber.
All right, he's going to be fine.
Oh, wow.
Whole lot of action happened across the map, but they've got the push happening down here. Look at how many members on both sides are here towards the bottom side of the map.
Glowing Wand already secured by Yue. very early on here. Super Prince getting close to his first item also.
It's also a wand.
It's also a wand, I mean.
So the contest continues.
Yes. Glowing wand. Great first pickup for any mage. Please pick it up. Unless you juice in and you go for elegant gem, then do that.
Just everybody get glowing wand.
Yeah.
G-dubs.
Yep. Especially with the revitalizers in play here on both sides.
Yep.
So.
Oh, wait. Yo. Kirk's full first item is
Heptasis.
a Heptasis, so he means business. He's got ill intentions.
Okay. This turtle, second one of the game. Rora holding on to it. Kirk's on this off angle here. Everybody joining for this one.
Oh, a dog pile on a Kirk, the same spot he died about 2 minutes earlier. They dropped the glorious pathway, a stolen one. Comes out two. Salmon Force.
Oh, Brusco.
Savero gets it out there quickly. Brusco in the middle of four. Second turtle goes to Aurora. This team is revitalized. It's like we're in Jakarta all over again.
Remember earlier this season, it was a surprising dominant sweep by the Super Fam against the rivals in Aurora. And now it's not only Aurora or ONIC affected by this. We are minutes away, getting closer and closer to seeing even TNC get eliminated because of Aurora's sweep win here.
Oh, right here, catches a taunt, but Savero knows the timing. BMI through, and now in mid, they try to catch it. Oh, what? Edward gets taken down. Fringe, the first kill for ONIC.
Oh, that is the damage we were looking for. So Super Prince gets one. You can see Yue holding on to his own beam here.
That's right. So that's just lethal force.
Oh.
In mid, waiting to happen. Savero blazing to win. What did he expect would happen here? He has a BMI. AOG.
Oh.
He flickers through. Kirk might see a kite off cam, but they trade either way. What could have been happening in that fight?
I cannot figure it out. I was looking at that. I didn't expect Kirk and Demon Cat would actually find each other or trade each other out.
Tell you anything.
Yeah.
I could watch both and I still don't know.
Oh, man. Yue still holding on to his own ultimate of the gourd.
Yeah.
And Mystic Gush, too.
So we know ONIC's lineup, they have the damage is there for sure. But it's a ticking time bomb for them, because the longer this game goes on, then even RORA has that damage through their Valentina, through their Harith. Even if this goes on to the late game, ONIC, despite everything that they can dish out, RORA's damage comes with sustain. I mean, Savero does as well, but it's steady.
Yeah.
The Harith damage comes out to burst. Demon Kite, does he have any stacks yet? At least one or two?
Back. Yeah. Not sure if he...
Because he didn't first build this item, he just went for the Fury Hammer and then he went for the
Sky Piercer.
Something tells me he might have...
3 already?
No.
Oh.
Because he traded with Kirk, remember?
Yeah. Ah, yeah, it would have reduced.
Final turtle coming through. Brusco drops that glorious pathway. And in comes Super Prince's Gush. No dice.
Oh.
Yue survives, holding on to his.
Yep, Yue still got his. It looks like they're probably... Maybe he just, keeps it. They don't need to use it up, but that's 3 for 3 in the turtles for RORA. They haven't figured out how to fight them against the objective right now for ONIC. And maybe it's just one of those moves where let Savero scale up, get to where he needs to be. But he's, I feel like Dominicite has done a really good job of just holding his own in the lane and then keeping that pressure up there towards taking down that tier 1.
Yeah, the early deaths also that Kirk suffered. He's a Heptasis first item.
Ooh.
He's not going to be able to do much. He can do something, but he's going to crumble really quick. He'll have to make the most out of a Power of Wildness.
Uh-oh.
Where's Pathway dropped down? I don't think they're going to follow through. They did see Yue was there, so they just got that turret. So turret falls. Tier 1 up top, and RORA will choose where to focus on next. I'm just thinking here, now that King Kong also just gets a Divine Glaive, is maybe one of the best moves, aside from waiting for Savero to go ahead and get that Trinity locked in, is just start to see if they can actually get a -1 down. Little Gush thrown out by Super Prince. Little damage check, Light's gonna be fine. He'll heal back up here. Oh no,
Kirk going to hunting. A little too much to ask to kill him underneath tier 2.
Yeah, they're not gonna chase him down, okay.
Yeah, with King Kong nearby, and Aurora knew that the Harley was there. Would have been risky to go for the chase. Savero's farm compared to Dominicite, though relatively close, despite everything that's happened. Just 300 a piece.
Massive projection there, catching 3. If ONIC can find the timing with that stun and a glorious pathway, now that would be the dream.
And a good thing also right now for ONIC is that the leads in terms of gold are spread out. It's not like there's one person or one hero who's really gapped by their opposing laner. It's already close, but there is a growing one between King Kong and Demon Kite at 700, and you have to keep that close. But King Kong built the Divine Glaive second, went for the rush, so it's not going to feel like he has that deficit. The damage of the Harley is there.
This is why, even given how this the last minutes have gone, ONIC can still fight this. They can actually still contest this, and Lord can't be fully committed on RORA just yet. Yeah. Severo's up here. He's working on, I believe, his last item to get that Trinity. I know he had the DHS and Golden Staff. Yeah, he's very close to that Corrosive Sight.
Light here, without about half a Vengeance by Edward, fainting the rest of ONIC. They're blitzing it. There's the Gush thrown out. Edward catches the Deadly Magics. He's fine. Severo pushes down bottom. And this ain't a dance unless Brusco can turn it around. Demon Kite secures it. The rest of them dogpile on the Demon Kite. It's Brusco scores the kill. AUG defensively used. That's DK for the Lord.
Yeah, worth it there, but they have to try and hold on to the tower in mid. But with the other members of RORA quite low, they might lose it.
Yeah, they might lose that turret. The Deadly Magic was thrown out, but Edward got back to the base, so they lose the turret. But I think RORA, I don't know, are they actually going to be able to do anything with this Lord pushing through? Maybe a couple well, the tier 1 and mid still up.
Yeah, at least be able to break the tier 2 in the top lane. They don't really have enough of a flow down bottom. They're definitely not just going to easily get the tower in mid. And I think, ONIC are positioning so that they can clear it fast.
This is
no charge.
Effort by ONIC to actually get rid of the Lord. Prince throws out a Gush, and they successfully defend. Very
quick clear. That's what this composition does give ONIC. So the Lord pretty much resulting into essentially nothing for Aurora.
If anything, Aurora lost their lead.
Yeah.
ONIC are up by 500.
The gap that was closed was the Harley one. Because now it's the Harley with the lead over the Suyo. When heading into that last big Lord fight, it was a 700 lead for Demon Kite.
Yeah, this is why I was thinking that, now this is that timing that you're looking for with ONIC's lineup. Severo is pretty much, for the most part, where he needs to be. And if they can actually follow through with just a simple stun, like you mentioned earlier, Leo, that actually is going to be deadly for RORA to deal with. This tier 1 turret will be knocked down. Severo grabs that. And now it's ONIC trying to look for some openings here. UA is still holding on to this Mystic Gush, but he's got to be careful too, because if they do get caught, even by King Kong, we've seen him be very proactive on just throwing the Deadly Magic out. He can potentially, whoa!
That's a projectile.
Oh, like that.
Plus a Gush. And within a second and a half of engagement, Light just says, I'm out of here.
That's why the first time we saw the Gord come through, it was paired up with the Harley. Like, it's such a deadly synergy between the two heroes in the itemization, even with that Genius Wand being in play. So
even when you build magic defense.
Yeah. True damage, raw magic and true damage. Oof. It's going to be really tough here for Light now. That's one thing that I forgot to consider, just how much damage this time by the combo. Oh, stun.
Wow. That conceal intercepted by a single projectile.
Yeah, Brusco giving the information also, so it was an easy call for Super Frizz to drop the stun down. 10 seconds before the Lord spawns items. The lead is between the Gord and the Valentina. Big one favoring ONIC. 1,000, but it's already up to a Holy Crystal for the Harith, so he does have damage.
Okay. Lord's up here. Aurora, they've got their own idea. They're going to go for Kirk. Oh, the Final Slash won't connect on Kirk. So no Final Slash available. Gush thrown out by Super Prince.
Okay, some green lights for Aurora. They know that big resources have been spent. But with ONIC here, having the Lord soft reset, they're going to have to reset that dance as well.
That's the problem too. Like, look at this. King Kong just able to go ahead and deal with Demon Kite. He didn't even use the Deadly Magic yet, but just staying on that side while Severo holds the Lord is enough information for ONIC to kind of wait for RORA to potentially overstep.
Yeah,
King Kong's going to swing up.
Whoa.
He'll give the information to RORA that they show up.
Actually, both junglers do that.
RORA make a move.
That's another projectile catching Edward.
They want to rush.
At this point, Edward still has that Final Slash. And Yue gets put down to half health. Brusco putting a barricade between the Lord and all of Aurora. This may be the signal. Maybe the Northern Lights are actually giving up on the Lord.
Not just yet.
Man, both these sides using ultimates here, but the Lord is going to be worked on and blitzed down by ONIC now.
Wow.
Here we go. Super Fab takes it. Long Mystic Dash, forcing an AOG out of light, defensively used. And just like that, ONIC have scored their first major objective.
What a dance by ONIC. After King Kong cleared up top, RORA decided to make a move. They got a little bit closer. Yue got poked down by Severo. But because of that little hesitation to go for the rush, because the high loss was right behind them, ONIC played the map. Once the minion waves were pushed towards towers, RORA had to give up the Lord. And now ONIC look closer and closer to forcing a game 3.
Ooh, Deadly Magic's thrown out the Demon Kite. Demon Kite taking to the Lord now. Ooh, that's just poke out of ONIC, and they might actually get inside the base. Salmon Force. Oh! Demon Kite takes a lot of damage at death's door. He dashes on out of there. They do keep that tier 3.
Yeah, frontliners for ONIC now all have Athena shields. Kirk, Brusco, they're going to be able to survive damage. All this damage keeps sending Aurora back.
Yeah, they're constantly going back to heal up just because of how quick the Deadly Magic is available, and even Super Prince at this point. You know, so you were wondering, for RORA, how do they approach these fights? Because so far, the majority of the game, it's all been a warning about the Harley-Gord combination, that straight line of damage. But now, what about Severo? Severo just picked up the Malefic Gun too, and you're seeing just how much threatening there is here. Oh!
Glorious Pathway, Brusco, Light is slowed down! The gush is enough to stop the AOG, and Light gets it again! Edward! But he gets stopped! Route control is enough, Kirk pops him! Aurora man down, Edward! Oh, Severo takes him down! The freeze! And he will not be able to BMI on out of there! He gets punished by DK!
RORA could have lost more, but they were able to keep it tight. They kept it close. Edward with a final slash to give Aurora just a little bit of breathing room. He and Light fall, but it provided just enough space for Demon Kite, Yue, and Doming to get some damage. Severo went in with a Blazing Duet and Winter Crown, but he did not have time to flicker out, because once that Winter Crown came out, he just got blasted down by Demon Kite.
So they defend, they stay in the game, they lose one base turret, the bottom one barely holding on at about half health here in the mid. But RORA, they still haven't solved the problem. How do they approach fights against ONIC? They might have to just wait for that small window once the Mystic Gush is done, but you're spotted out too. That's a problem. Yue is actually going to take a glorious pathway here. I'm not sure if he's actually going to utilize this or not, but King Kong has done this time and time again, planting himself on that side of the bush just to go for a Deadly Magic play. Kirk providing some information alongside Brusco. Are they going to try to sandwich off RORA here? Oh, King Kong's in position.
Okay.
Okay.
He backs off. He checked the damage. He just
showed him a magic trick, basically.
Wait.
Card trick up here.
Whoop.
Just checking things out. Lord is up.
RORA need to flow out some minions. But ONIC are playing the map extremely well. They're sending Severo to clear up. There's going to be constant pressure at the far lane. Are they going to try to blitz? No, it's Harley. They can't.
Yeah, this is
so
so risky for RORA to actually try to contest. It might be one of those situations where you kind of just have to try to go for it. They're going to clear out this bottom.
They might lose an inhibitor.
Oh, they are. Oh, it does go down.
Wow. Cart minion 1, Yue 0.
Oh, man.
That's a projection thrown out. King Kong secures. Brusco drops that Glorious Pathway. Demon Kite. He might actually fall here. He dashes through. And he pops the immortality. He's juggling items. He gets on out of there with a surge. AOG. Light securing the exit for his team.
Wow, they actually managed to keep everyone alive. Good switch there to pick up the immortality. But now, once again, Aurora's going to face the defense. This lineup, is it good enough to defend against this Lord pushing through?
It's going to be tough. The raw damage, the control from afar. Severo with the Winter Crown. He could just go in with a Blazing Duet, Winter Crown, throw bodies, as we love to say. Because if it's not Severo hitting the basic attacks, it's the Harley, who also has really fast basic attacks.
Oof. One turret left, Lord making its way up top here.
Yeah, Kirk's pushing him, putting himself there so that Aurora are forced to play back.
play back. Glorious Pathway dropped down by Brusco. Leads in with a charge. There's their own Glorious Pathway to slow things down. And Lord, they got to deal with this.
The cross pathway slowing down ONIC forward momentum. And Light is still alive. Light looking for that taunt. They get rid of the Lord. Edward gets taken down.